That's a steal for a guy who should at least be a middle of the rotation starter. Everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Blaylock. And today, guys, we're going to be doing our whole offseason rumors, free agency, MLB, everything that's going on around the mill. We're going to be breaking it down. Before we get into that, though, folks, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below that one free agent that you think is going to sign next. I want to know in the comments. Also, if you want to win a jersey, we're starting a giveaway right now. Hop on to Fan Duel, enter a game with that whole thing using our code down below in the description. We'll have another video kind of breaking down everything you need to do to win a jersey. Enough talking, bro. Let's get into the... Well, actually, no. More talking, except about MLB free agency. Also, apologize for our voices right now, folks. The boys were repping the Buffalo Bills pretty hard. Jonathan Taylor had something to say about that.
My screaming couldn't stop them from scoring 5 touchdowns.
No, 5 touchdowns was quite a lot. Yeah. All right, buddy. This was a guy, big news that broke today. Anthony DeSclafani, 3 years, $36 million. I'm jealous that the San Francisco Giants got this thing done. I think it's super important for them, man. What do you feel about DeSclafani?
Well, I think it's a great deal. Yeah, 3 years, $36 million. That's 12 a year for a guy who had an incredible year with a 3.17 ERA. Now, in the past of his career, he wasn't really expected to be this well. This is a breakout year for him. So this is honestly great timing for him and great for the San Francisco Giants because you can kind of bargain that. We're like, well, we haven't really seen it. Let's get you on a shorter term deal. More team friendly, because if this guy can do what he did last year, $12 million average annual value, that's a steal for a guy who should at least be a middle of the rotation starter.
Well, I thought that this was the first instance that we've seen a starting pitcher go at a bargain price, in my opinion. Like I thought that
not including Jose Barrios, like in this kind of market.
Off of the free agents that we have seen so far, it feels like all of these starting pitchers are getting the bag, and this is the first one that I've looked at and I've been like, hey, that's really nice, because you kind of factor this one and you compare it to what Eduardo Rodriguez got with a higher average annual value for more money for more years. And I like this one way better because I like Anthony DeSclafani more than I like me some Eduardo Rodriguez. So I just think this is a great deal by the Giants.
Absolutely. And that wasn't only the move that they made today.
They've been some busy boys.
They were busy, and they got back another one of their starting pitchers, Alex Wood, who is right now, currently, as we're making this video, he's nearing a deal. Nothing is confirmed yet, but the deal is looking like to be a 2-year deal with a little bit more than a 10 average annual value, $10 million per year, which is really great for Alex Wood because he just signed, like last year, a 1 year, $3 million. So this is a huge boost for a guy who pitched for a 3.83 ERA with 26 starts. So this is great for him. Great for the Giants,
I don't know why I was underrating this guy. Like, I thought he was actually a little bit worse than that. But honestly, no,
he had some injuries too.
He had some injuries. He was pretty studly, and again, like, you're going to be paying a middle of the rotation guy about $10 million. Like, that's kind of what you need from a guy who's going to be middle of the order. And I like a lot of what San Francisco's doing, dude, because like they're going to be losing a ton of dudes. There's no way around it, but they are getting back some key guys that brought them to where that just the great season that they had. I got to ask you, what do you think this means for them moving forward? Are they still in on Gausman? Are they still going to be in on Ray? Like, what's going on?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think they're still going to be doing that because they are paying these guys a little bit more, but you got to also remember Buster Posey's not on the team this year. They're losing a lot more guys. Like, there's a laundry list of dudes without contracts from the San Francisco Giants roster last year. So they have a lot of money to be spending, and they can easily buy someone like Kevin Gausman.
We were actually talking about this earlier, and I feel, again, like, could be wrong about this, but I feel like this is the truth. Maybe the Dodgers actually are potentially this team, but it feels like the San Francisco Giants are losing so many dudes that the amount of money that has just become available to them, it's just massive. Like, go out. You should have one of the biggest off seasons out of any team just based on how many guys you're losing, how much money is freed up, how many spots you need to fill on this roster.
And especially because no one expected them to get 100 wins.
Hell no.
Like, nobody. So now there's a little bit of pressure from the fan base to go back and get the winning team back again. I think there's no question. I think they go get Kevin Gausman, and they might even room to get somebody else that's a big name.
I think it could definitely happen, bro. I agree. Another team right now making some smaller moves, but I'm I'm a little bit jealous about this one. LA Angels acquiring Aaron Loup. They have signed this dude. What was the deal again?
It was $7.5 million per year in 22 and 23. So a guaranteed $7 million because in 25 or I believe 24, he has an opt-out, a club option opt-out with a buyout of $2 million. So at least $17 million for a guy who's 33 years old and had an incredible underrated season last year with the Mets.
It was ridiculous, man.
0.95 ERA. What do you think about this?
I mean, I think that that's probably what he deserves. I do think that there is some risk associated with Aaron Loup. Like, he's had some great parts of his career. There's been some like rocky ones as well. Obviously, last year was freaking incredible. So that's kind of what they're paying for. They're hoping, maybe even if it regresses, 2.5 ERA right now? Like, you're still laughing. Yeah. And the Angels need guys in that bullpen. They need dudes with some high upside. Aaron Loup is definitely that dude. I thought for a while there that the Toronto Blue Jays should be in on him because obviously we've had a history with him before. He's coming off of a great year. And, I mean, I would have been happy to get him on a contract like this, assuming, you think that your pitching coaches can work with him and maintain the level of play that he was at last year.
And worst case scenario, you have to bite the bullet for 2 years, $7.5 million. Not bad for a guy with upside that he's been showing in the last couple of years. Yeah. You can just buy him out in 24 if he does regress. So I like it for the Angels. I like Aaron Loup. Yes. The Angels have been making moves, and they haven't stopped there. They also got Tyler Wade from the Yankees. And the Yankees they've been making some moves too, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees are doing an interesting thing right now. Clint Frazier, gone. Odor, gone.
I like that, Odor. Get rid of Odor.
Why? You don't need to be paying Odor right now. Like, it's just like, I mean, like, what is he really bringing to your team right now? Just like other teams' fan hate is what Odor is acquiring.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe his WAR is like negative. Like,
it was not elite. He did not have a good year last year. I was a little bit shocked about Frazier. Now, I understand that he was like bad last year. There's no doubt about it. But I still think he's got upside. I feel like another team with a spot on their roster, maybe like a team like the Rangers or something, or like a team where it's like we could use a guy. We think that he could hit. I feel like he'll definitely go to another squad.
He will.
Odor, not so sure. I also want to shout out the Yankees right now because right now we've all been talking about them saying like they are going to go out. They're going to sign Corey Seager. If it's not going to be Corey Seager, it's going to be Carlos Correa. If it's not going to be Carlos Correa, it's going to be freaking Marcus Semien. But they have come out and basically said like, look, we're in on it. We're here. But we're monitoring the situation. Like, we're not going to go be complete dumbasses. And I think that, coming out and saying that is a good move from the Yankees, basically saying, like, we know that we give out free money in the past. We know that we're, like, the one-stop bank for all you guys. But, like, if we don't get you, we don't get you,
And I mean, here's the thing. Well, like, Yankees... You know the whole expression, money doesn't grow on trees, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, like when you think about the Yankees, you think like, oh, that doesn't apply to them, but no, it does because you still think about one of their best players right now, Aaron Judge needs to get paid in a few years. Okay, they go sign someone like Correa, Seager. Okay, now you got to also pay for Aaron Judge.
You got to think about that,
You have Stanton, you have Cole. Yeah. If you want to go get any starting pitching, like you still have to be smart with your money, or else you're going to be paying a crap load of tax. So I actually really respect it. Yeah. Like you're not just an endless bank.
Well, they're basically saying like, look, we're interested, but like we're not freaking morons right now, and like we will do what's necessary to help our team in the future. Hopefully that's you. If not, okay.
Because we're all used to the Yankees making big splashes. But could you imagine if they go out and get a big splash like a Corey Seager? And they sign back Judge and they still aren't winning?
I don't. Yeah, I
mean, you know what I mean? The uproar.
Well, okay. You know what? If that happens, I really do think that it just leads to the saying that you cannot buy a baseball team.
No. Right? Look at the Rays. Look at Kevin Cash when he managed the year.
I do think that will just speak, and honestly, maybe that'll make me feel really good.
Yes,
because it'll make me feel like at any given moment we have a shot. You can't go out. You cannot buy a team. It will help you. It will help you in the long term. 100%. But like, it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to freaking win a World Series.
Yeah.
A team right now who I shocked me, and they kind of attest to this. Like, you cannot go out, you cannot buy a team. Boston Red Sox, they did exceptionally last year for what their offseason entailed for them, which was like pretty much god-awful nothing.
Like they got Kiki, I believe. That was like the one move in the offseason. They probably some smaller moves
that we're not familiar with.
And they traded for Schwarber. Like, that's it.
Now, I will say, eventually, you got to make some smart plays, and it looks like right now, it's all speculation, folks. Robbie Ray could be another potential suitor for these guys. I think it makes a lot of sense if they have the money to spend, which I do believe they do.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I like it, because I think they do have money. We broke it down in an earlier podcast. You're losing. You already lost E-Rod.
He's gone.
He's gone now. You have Evaldi for, I believe, 1 more year. And then you have Chris Sale for maybe 2 years. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But, but if you get Robbie Ray, okay, now you have 3 top-of-the-end rotation guys in Evaldi and Robbie Ray if he goes get him. And, obviously, Chris Sale. So this is what they had to do, man. I mean, their pitching was it was good this year, but they need some more stars.
But it was also shockingly good.
It was shockingly good.
It was shockingly good to the point where, and again, I don't want to sleep on them because I felt like I slept on them a lot last year. But it was so shockingly good for the names that were there that I wouldn't trust that to be repeatable.
Yeah.
I mean, you go out, you get a Robbie Ray, Chris Sale comes back healthy. Evaldi was basically as good as Evaldi was last year. You're laughing right now when it comes to your pitchers. And I think that this team, the Red Sox, they were on to something last year. They had something going. And as long as you still have the trifecta of Devers, Bogarts, and JD Martinez, I think you have to be in the mix going for it pretty much every year. You got those 3 guys.
It's going to be critical for them next year because they're also going to lose JD.
That's the thing. They basically have him for 1 more year. They're going to have that trifecta of dudes. It's like you might as well go after it, right?
Like Jays fans, don't think that the Red Sox are going anywhere. They are staying here. It's going to be another competitive division.
It will be disappointing to see Robbie Ray annihilating us over
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I don't think it's going to happen. That to the Yankees, but I still wouldn't be happy about it.
If Robbie Ray's leaving, please go far away. I don't want to be hurt like that. You know what I mean?
Go somewhere else, totally different, man. I don't have to see you. Go on the Giants.
Yeah,
I don't have to see you over there.
Go to the Giants, perfect.
Yeah, for real.
But
speaking of Robbie Ray, speaking of Blue Jays pitchers, Robbie Ray, Steven Matz, there was an article that came out and basically talking about how these Blue Jays, while the Yankees are monitoring the situation as far as shortstops go, we are not monitoring the situation with Ray, with Matz. We are prioritizing it. We are on the phones pretty repeatedly. Apparently, we are having a lot of talks, good talks from what I've heard. That being said, Robbie Ray, he was not shy about saying in his, after he won Cy Young in his little, post-game thing, congratulatory speech, he is enjoying the flirting process that's going on with free agency, right?
Yeah, he goes from someone that nobody really wants to everybody really wants. So it's exciting.
You're basically like the freaking prom queen, king right now, man. Everyone wants you, and that's the thing, right? You go from being a dude who just scraping by, getting a 1-year, $8 million contract, trusting yourself, and having it totally pay off. I understand he's gonna want to flirt. He's gonna want to play that game. How do you feel about us prioritizing Ray and Matt?
I know I'm all for it. Look, this whole offseason I've been analyzing that whole Ray deal and based on what he's projected to get, based on what I think he's gonna do. Yes. I don't like that matchup. But the thing is, if we go get Robbie Ray, he should be good next year. You know what I mean? He should be good.
Yeah, and it really is. Just I'm a Robbie Ray fan now.
I'm a Robbie Ray fan, and we've said and I apologize for everyone if you may have have the misconception of us where it's we don't want Robbie Ray.
Right.
We just want to make sure the money is equal to the value that a player is giving. And hey, if Robbie Ray wants to sign back with the Toronto Blue Jays, if we're really being aggressive, then I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. And then speaking of Steven Matz, the other guy in that conversation, that guy has great value to what he's supposed to be paid.
Monetary value.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that's perfect. So
I think he's. I think he would be. Yo, question for you then. Steven Matz, would you be okay with him on an Anthony DeSclafani type of deal?
Yes.
3 years, $36 million.
Absolutely.
That's kind of what I'd be looking at. That's what I'd be wanting.
And I think DeSclafani should have got even more than that.
Yeah. Frankly, again, I think that DeSclafani's deal right there is a steal. That's probably the best thing I've seen come out of or team-friendly thing come out of free agency so far. I do think Steven Matz will probably be getting at least that. He's been talked about getting maybe even more.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of deal that I'd want for Steven Matz. I'll be very happy with that.
But hey, if we're going to sign Steven Matz soon, you can easily go, hey, look, Steven, this guy had a better year than you last year.
That's true.
And this guy was on a prove-it deal.
Yeah.
And you didn't do as well. No offense, Steven. But
that's just the fact of the matter.
But hey, we'll still give you $12 million average annual value for 3 years.
Exactly.
I will smash that.
Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. At the end of the day, folks, even though there are other pitchers I would prefer, we still need to go out and get some pitchers.
We need to guarantee it.
If we don't do any of that, then that is worst case scenario, and we will probably regress as a team next year, which is something that we cannot have, considering we had 90+ wins and didn't make playoffs. So
absolutely.
I mean, if Ray and Matz are the guys, like, go get it done.
Absolutely, guys. We got to get those guys back, but we want to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think about getting back Steven Matz? What do you think about the DeSclafani and Alex Wood deal? Are they good for the Giants? The Giants can be competitive, and the Angels, are they ever gonna finish above 500? We'll find out. But guys, let us know in the comments down below.
Yes, you can also check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Today, Jace is our code for Monkey Knife Fight and also for Fan Duel. Is that today, Jace?
Fan Duel, you got to click the link in the description.
Okay. Link in description for Fan Duel. We're doing a jersey giveaway right now. Any MLB jersey, custom jersey, whatever you want. Ohtani, Tatis, Jose Barrios, whatever the heck you want. Just enter down below. We'll have all the details in the description, so do that. Also, $3 a month to become a Patreon. Call into this show. We have so many beautiful people part of our community right now. Shout out and thank you to every single one of you. It keeps growing, and we appreciate it so much, man.
Guys, thank you so much for watching.
Go, Jays, go!